Hey Sagittarians, and welcome to your November 2019 reading. And to all my subscribers, welcome back to DQ Tarot and to your monthly reading, guys. Here we are in November. I cannot believe the year is almost done. What the heck, Sag? We're almost in your season. We'll be entering your season on, the 22nd. We have the sun moving into your sign. Venus is already in your sign. We have a lot going on this month astrologically, so we'll talk about that a little bit as we get into your reading here. And if you guys haven't, do make sure to subscribe, and I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. I do a lot of readings for you Sages lately, or at least over the past few months. I've had a lot more Sag clients than I'm used to, which is really cool. Love you guys. So let's get into this. I'm using the Gustav Klimt deck, but actually, like the other monthlies, I really want to start off with a Halloween oracle and see where it takes us here. We'll talk a little bit about the astrology while I shuffle and some of the other messages. The collective message that I have for everybody, really a collective asking of you all, is to try to stay away from any harsh words towards other people, especially online this month. Scorpio season can be harsh. The energy itself is already harsh with, Mercury being retrograde in Scorpio, and a lot of people I've noticed, I don't know if, and it's not just like right now, I don't know if it's the political climate and the way, professional people have been acting online, and I mean, you know what I mean. I'm talking about Twitter. But there's been a lot of harsh behavior, attacks, people just attacking each other like they're, jilted 12-year-olds on MySpace for the first time, and it's just not healthy. We're adults. Let's start acting like adults. Let's start treating each other with respect. Do not talk to somebody and say the things online if you would not say that in person, okay? Don't put that energy out there. Don't put negative energy towards people, whether you want to, tell them off or show them what's what, prove somebody wrong. Just think again before you act on those feelings, act in those moments, speak in those moments. Type something out, put it on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever it might be, even on YouTube. Just think before you speak and think, is this really something I want to put out into the universe? Is this really something I want to attach to my energy? Do I want to come across this way? Is it worth it? Probably not. So that's just my collective message, collective asking of you all, is that let's raise our vibrations and stop, behaving that way. Even if something bothers us, if we want to attack somebody, if we feel attacked, it does not mean that you need to go on the offensive and start going off and saying things that don't come across very well and that kind of show you to be, again, very childish. So just don't dip into that energy in this time. Anyways, that's that message. Let's move on here and pull an oracle message for you guys. That's not even specifically at you at all, just towards anybody. And if you catch yourself acting that way online and saying things that you wouldn't say in person, going on the offensive, I should go and say this, or I should go and, message back to that person, just really rethink it, because that's very childish and base desires, and you are not a child. And we are above base desires here on DQ Tarot. So, Spider, community and web weaving. And I was about to say, I really feel like you guys, your energy that I've been picking up on is very community-centric, growing, expanding your community, expanding the people, expanding in terms of bringing in people, situations, jobs, whatever your environment is, especially the people in it. It's important that you cultivate it with only the best right now. And it's like people and, relationships, jobs, etc. that aren't serving, that don't feel right. Like, you're immediately going to want to, do something about it this month. It's going to be like, okay, let's do something about this. Let's make it better for me. So, spiders' webs can be seen as a symbol of connection, not necessarily entrapment. There is a fine line sometimes between a family or community supporting us and controlling us. This card looks at this discernment. It also suggests you review the way you communicate with the wider community at work or generally with others and take steps to improve this or do it slightly differently. It also indicates that there needs to be a balance between what you do for yourself and what you do for others. If we give too much to the outside, our strength diminishes and we cannot weave the supporting web for ourselves. So, we'll see how this comes up in your reading. I think it's going to be important. I don't want to say too much about it because it is the first, oracle card out here. And I think we're going to be able to get really deep into this message now, okay? So yeah, like I said, recognize, where in communities do relationships, people, situations kind of control or hinder us rather than help us grow and give us the best, energy? Are we getting what we're putting into relationships? Are we getting what we're putting into a job? If that's not right, and that's not, the answer isn't yes, then you're going to be very aware of it this month. So let's see how this month plays out for you. And again, guys, these are general readings. If it doesn't resonate, don't take it. It ain't for you, all right? Check out your other placements, like your moon, your rising sign especially. Your rising sign should be the second thing you should always check out. If you're on a cusp, check the other sign as well. I often resonate much better with Aries than I do with Taurus, because I'm right on the cusp of Aries, Taurus, and I have a lot more placements, honestly, in Aries. So let's see. So just try to keep that stuff in mind rather than getting frustrated, because again, they're general messages. And if you do want to book a reading, all that info is right below, guys. All right. So yeah, the beginning of the month, we have, Venus in your sign until the 25th. So love is going to be fun, enjoyable. Like, it's going to be your kind of vibe, your energy, very expansive, adventurous. Let's go out and have fun. Let's go to a show. Let's go out to dinner to this place I've never been to. Let's do something different and interesting. Explore each other. You want growth in relationships, expansion in them. And to do that, it feels like you guys want to experience new, just have new experiences with lovers or new relationships, meeting different people, getting to know different sides of your partner, your husband, your wife, whatever. It's good. It's good for love, I think. There could be issues and discordance in terms of groups of friends, though. And that's just because, Mercury retrograde in Scorpio gives some memory issues, gives people, that harsh kind of, we're not communicating the way that we want to be, and we're not receiving communications the way that we should be. So things are kind of mixed up there. But that's what Mercury retrograde kind of does. So make sure to catch up on the alone time and rest that you need to really reconnect in your energy, because we're about to enter your solar return here. The Sun, Saturn in Capricorn, Saturn in Capricorn, and Neptune in Pisces are aligning actually on the 8th, which is when I'm doing this reading, and they're bringing a really deep sense of security, a very lubricating energy that brings power, security, stability to the month. And I think that's really going to help us out with the rest of this retrograde. But do be aware of some unusual dreams. I've been having really weird dreams. Your cards are not popping out the way I thought they would. And again, I feel like it might be because, there's a lot going on this month. Internally, there's a lot going on. It's like you're having a lot of conversation with yourself. Or like in your head here. So first we get Star Reverse, Queen of Wands, Nine of Wands. How does your month play out? How does November play out for my Sagittarian Sun, Moon, Rising in Venus? We will take that. Like I said, it feels... You guys are putting up the right boundaries this month. And I think that's a lot to do with this energy. We need to put up better boundaries. We have allowed things to kind of slip. We've allowed relationships to slip, especially if, in terms of work, a boss. We kind of need to put our foot down and say, listen, if you need me to do X, Y, and Z things, you got to pay me for X, Y, and Z things. I ain't going to do it for free. It could be that, they're just using your energy and power a little bit more than you can, more than you can probably be giving right now. And you've been giving. Sages and fire signs tend to put a lot of energy into work. Virgos, earth signs are different about it, but you guys will put your full energy into something. You will be running around doing it with everything you've got. Sagittarians, you guys are also very intellectual in that way. Things need to be just so. They got to be right. And yeah, wow. But there's a dissatisfaction here. I think that there's a dissatisfaction in terms of our work or career here, where we feel we've been putting in a lot and not getting just what we need here. Again, Nine of Wands, Star Reverse, we have had these hopes and dreams, things that we really wanted to work out. And it's like, where is this now? It's almost like, to me, some of you are losing hope or losing that shine, that spark that led you to wherever you're at right now, where you're now having problems. So again, this feels more like a job situation. It could be a relationship where we've built it up to be, in our minds, a certain way. But in reality, it's, again, very much like illusion versus reality here. In terms of what we've been going for, what we want, our relationship with work or our relationship with another person. Queen of Wands is here to say you guys have the confidence right now. It's like this raise of confidence here, and it feels like it's more in the beginning half of the month towards that Taurus full moon. So pretty much right now, where we are stepping into a more secure position. We are ready to state what we need, what we want, what is best for us. There is a sense of taking the power in our, the control of our life here into our own hands, and putting up the boundary to say, listen, I'm not dealing with this anymore. These are my new boundaries, and if this is what I need, and I'm not willing to compromise them anymore. So don't compromise your boundaries anymore, okay? The Emperor is a very empowered individual, somebody who knows what they want to create and who knows their own power, knows what they really have to bring to the table, and isn't afraid to throw that in someone's face when need be. So yeah, it's boss energy, but it's also you being the boss of your own life here kind of energy, and standing up to possible bosses that, you've needed to say something to. The Knight of Chalices, this is where I want to start pulling some clarifiers, because then we get the Knight of Chalices, Four of Cups reversed, and the Nine of Swords. Something emotional is happening here. And because for me, the Four of Cups already sometimes does indicate this kind of like a crying card. Like all of a sudden we're crying. We have the tears coming down our face. There's kind of an emotional break. We've been dissatisfied and frustrated, but there hasn't been a lot of emotional release there. Fours are usually sitting pretty still. When it's reversed, you're releasing. It's kind of like the floodgates open for me. Not as much. It's a different feeling than the Ace of Cups reversed. This is more of something that has been built up, less of a shock, less of something that we expected to go one way and it totally went a different one. This has been a building frustration where we have not been able to get what we've wanted out of something, where we just don't feel appreciated. I'm getting for some of you, and it's been like a nightmare. Like, what do? I'm losing sleep. I'm losing my patience. Yeah, you guys are really losing your patience is a message I keep getting. Let's get a couple clarifiers with the Game of Thrones tarot here. And again, guys, if you really want a love reading, put it in the comments below. But I try to focus more, again, on what is coming through. I channel all my reading. My readings are channeled messages. So what comes through is what's important. And if relationships aren't the most important thing, then that's most likely not what's going to come through for you in a general reading. So that's why I always recommend, if you've got specific love questions, get a private reading, because that's going to be way more specific to you and what you're going through and your energy. If you've got real questions that need answers. It's nice when things resonate, but it's better when you get something that's specific to you. Some people get frustrated, but again, that's a private reading or reading specifically for you will always fix that. I'm not like saying you all have to get private readings, but if you got some serious questions, ask somebody. It doesn't even have to be me. Knight of Chalices, Four of Cups reversed, Nine of Swords. What's happening there? Oh, my. Magician reverse. We are not... Yeah, there is somebody here who we just absolutely do not trust. And I feel like that's why we get this and that Nine of Wands and the Emperor. You guys are standing up against somebody or a situation that has done you wrong. Possibly in a friend group, possibly at work is what I've been picking up on. But Magician reverse to me is such a snake oil salesman energy. This person is saying one thing and they're like trying to sell you one thing, and yet their other hand is in your back pocket taking your wallet. That's the kind of energy I always get from the Magician reverse. And if you know Game of Thrones, you know Peter Baelish is exactly that energy. He is saying one thing, but he has a whole nother storyline for himself going on below the surface. The Magician reverse is always extremely self-centered, focusing on just them. It doesn't feel like you, but it feels like that's why we're frustrated. Somebody has been getting away with something, and we ain't happy about it. We ain't having it anymore, honestly. You guys are not having it anymore. Page of Coins. Oof, this person's immature. You find, oh my God. Okay, something is coming out here. Is it gonna shift? Gonna change? Wow. Nine of Cups reversed, Four of Cups reversed, and the Seven of Cups reversed. We got a lot of cup reversals. There's emotional outpourings. There's things that need to be said within you that are coming from a more emotional place about someone that you find shady and immature. Again, this feels like somebody that you probably work with, somebody in your circle here. King of Spears. You're like, listen, this is who I am, and this is the truth. This is justice. He's actually, Eddard Stark is actually the justice card in this deck as well. And Eddard Stark fights for what he needs to without question. You know, he fights for the truth. He knows his power. He is confident in himself and his ability to run things, to tell the truth, to be the best he can be. And he is. And that's why it sucks that he dies. But you have a queen and a king in this reading. And I think for some of you, this hurts so much because the person, you know, your boss or the other person who's involved in this, that's, you know, this person is either tricking, manipulating, whatever, you can see it and they can't. And you thought you had a very special relationship with that boss, that person, where you understood each other, where things were fine, but there's just this outpouring here. 9 of Cups reversed, 4 of Cups reversed. You need to say that something is not what everybody is making it out to be. You got to release the confusion here and find out what's going on. And you will. Magician reversed, Page of Coins. Somebody tells you again, we have some secure knowledge here about why or how this person has been being shady. We now know for a fact, and we're not afraid to say it. The confusion goes away. The 4 of Cups, you know, there is an emotional outpouring. Somebody might not be happy to hear what you have to say, but it does release a lot of confusion, stress, like, what the hell is going on here? What out of all these cups could be the answer? Why is this happening to me? What is going on? You know, when that was reversed, we finally figure out which one of these is the answer, which one of them is really the energy that's at play here. 9 of Cups reversed, 4 of Cups reversed. This person, you know, this situation has proven to be extremely frustrating. We get the 4 of Cups reversed twice, so I know that you guys are releasing some type of frustration about a 9 of Swords thing. Something that has, again, whatever the situation is, it's really been bothering you. This person that is coming up here, this shady person, it's really been bugging you because you've seen it. And it has been like, how can people see this as the 9 of Cups when it's just not? It's fake. It's not real. This person is, you know, saying one thing and doing totally another. They're not dreamy. They're very self-centered and are only doing it for them. And it's like, I don't know, you guys are so frustrated. You're like, how is it that only I can see this? Do only I have to pick up arms here and go against this person to say what needs to be said, to do what needs to be done? It's like you guys have to take justice into your hands because this person is messing with your community. They're fucking with your community here, honestly, with whatever you have built, and you're tired of it. You're like, listen, this is something that I love. This is home for me. Like whatever this job is, this career, or even just your friend group, whatever this is disrupting all this good energy that you have loved, that you have built up here. And let's get another card of advice for this month. Some cards of advice here. And then we're going to pull, oh yeah, Page of Spears. Look into this. Look into this. It is worth it. It behooves you to look into this situation. It has been bothering you for a while. You will find something. You will find that somebody has been doing something. It's really weird, but I see like, I don't know if it's like from a cartoon or something. It's like somebody going into like behind like a shed. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but it's like someone going behind a shed and like sneakily like poking holes in like a feed bag and taking out all the corn or all the meal there. And then somebody coming in and being like, what happened to all the meal? It's just gone. It's like somebody is doing this here. Somebody might be stealing from your place of work. Stealing from the energy, stealing in a negative way here. There's just, again, there's a snake oil salesman. There's stealing involved here. I don't know what kind of stealing it is. It could actually be money. It could be goods from work. But stealing credit, your credit. Somebody's stealing something here. 2 of Cups reversed, and you got to end this connection. Leave it, or again, show whoever else is involved that this is not, you know, an equal connection. They're giving too much. Again, if this is a job and like you see that somebody's messing up and doing all this stuff, taking from your boss, taking from your job, you got to say something and say, listen, this is not what you think it is. It's time to terminate this. I know you like this person, or I know that this seemed this way, but it's not. And these are the X, Y, and Z facts about it. 2 of Cups reversed. You have to expose a discordant connection, something that is not equal. As you can hear, Scylla just barked right at that perfect moment. And you know for me, that when she does that, there's always a reason, honestly. She always does it at the exact right times, and I really feel like it's like resonating. Any other cards of advice that want to come out here before we pull some oracles? Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. You saying what you need to say, doing what you need to do here, exposing this lie, exposing this person, this farce, whatever this Magician reverse is going to change the situation to your favor. things will work out. Wheel of Fortune, a positive shift, a positive change. You know, you guys are going to win. Things are going to shift, but you have to, Four of Cups reverse. You've got to stop sitting where you are being dissatisfied and start doing something about it. Because right now, this is all in your head. But you have to stand up and say something about this situation. You've got to say something about it so that they can see what's going on here. And I think that you need to keep your eyes open, you know, and put some stuff together here. Or again, find that evidence. Find out what's really going on here. See? She's barking right when I said that. She keeps doing that, which is awesome. Because honestly, it's just like resonates. That to me is like always my sign. And I don't usually take from the bottom of the Doreen Virtue because I just picked it up. But I can't ignore this, and I'm not going to. Pay attention to the red flags. The signs are cautioning you. Something is cautioning you here. You have been cautioned again and again. Listen to your higher self. Meditate on it. Reach out to your higher self for the message. Reach out to others for a message. Even if, like, in real life, like, just ask your friends or ask somebody maybe outside of the situation or somebody that does know the situation. What do you think? What should I do? Pay attention to the red flags. It is not a time to ignore them anymore. Engagement. Your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. If you don't ignore the red flags, you can ascend to a higher level of commitment within love. Even if, you know, this is a love situation, you know, we can get somewhere here. By removing this person, this energy from our life and seeing it for what it is, you're opening yourself up for a higher level of love, a higher, you know, a more developed love here, a relationship that is worth it, that gives you back something. So yeah, if this is a love relationship and this is what it resonates as soon as we start recognizing, you know, what isn't working, the red flags, the issues, and I think for some of you guys are kicking somebody to the curb to be like, wow, hell no, I don't want a piece of that. It's like somebody will come in, like change comes in right after to offer you, you know, what it is you really want, that higher level of love, a higher level of commitment, somebody that is equal, because wherever you have been, it has not been equal, and it is too much for you to bear any longer this month. Scorpio season will throw that stuff in your face and make you do something about it. So let's get one last Stacey DeMarco. Ooh, Sag, I love this. Winter, the sacredness of pausing. And again, like I said at the very beginning, guys, make sure to take the pauses that you need, the rest that you need this month. Because, you know, Mercury retrograding in Scorpio is kind of exhausting. And then, you know, we get Mars going into Scorpio on November 19th, right before the sun goes into your sign. And it's like, you need to take a step back and strategize and rest again. Because you're asking yourself, who can I trust? And you might be getting a little bit paranoid in all this. But if something keeps coming up, guys, pay attention to the red flags. If you feel you can't trust somebody and it just keeps coming up, there is something there this month. Scorpio season does not lie. It exposes the truth in a huge, huge way. That's what Scorpios are known for. They are like human lie detectors. They can pick up on like anything. You have a stomach ache, a Scorpio will walk up to you and be like, what's wrong? How did you know? Anyways, let's get to winter here, the sacredness of pausing. Should the winter card appear to you, it's time to let what no longer serves you die away. Where it seems natural and right to let things that have been bothering you for some time die back, take real action to change those things. Anything that is superfluous, extra, and burdensome, release it. Mic drop. That's it, guys. I'm not saying anything else. Do check out your other monthlies. Check out the dailies, guys. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I super appreciate it. Check me out over on Instagram. We do dailies and pick a cards and fun stuff over there. And other announcements are always there. I will probably put my friend's comic that, you know, they're raising money for right now, which is going to be awesome. It's through Dark Horse Comics, so definitely go and support my friend Julie's comic. I'm going to put that in the comments below, as well as my sister's new film that she made called Oink, which is really cool and really creepy. She did all the she directed all the photography and filming of it, and it just looks great. So check those out and have a wonderful, blessed month, guys. Namaste. Almost your season. Happy early birthday, obviously, to all of you Sagittarius celebrating in November and right on the cusp. Namaste.